My show season for 2024 has now come to a close, and after attending 5 shows this year, it's time to rethink the layout. Hello everyone, and welcome to part 1 of my display layout update series. Let's start by taking a look at the current layout, or at least the amount of the layout that I can fit in my work area here. Down at this end, there should be a level crossing, which obviously is not there currently. But so the main problem that I have at the moment is this station section has got an extra track, which sometimes has a locomotive parked onto it, but it really just ends up doing nothing. I really wanted at this end to have kind of shunting capabilities, and to that end, I have actually started building a goods shed, which is basically the engine shed that I had at the front here recycled. But in order to use a head shunt, I'm having to go into the station platform. Well, if I park the train up in there, then that's completely unusable. So current plan is to move this station forward. So this is the innermost main line. This whole station will be on that main line instead. We'll remove the mid platform that I was considering putting in. And when this track comes off, the idea is we'll continue and go behind the station platform, and then along the back we can have a head shunt that will allow us to be able to do proper shunting maneuvers. So I'll be able to take things out from these lines, come back, run the locomotive round if I need to, shunt them into the goods shed, and that will provide a lot more kind of like movement and interest just on the layouts for the different shows. At the back of the layout, I had all of this kind of like small holding farm type setup, but for the most part this was just kind of packing and filling just to put something in the area that was easy to transport. So most of this will get replaced by having the different bits of track and the line in there. The other thing we need to change is that the station building itself comes past the platform, and that's going to get in the way of the track that's going to go around the back. So this is going to have to be moved to the front station platform, and then we will put in the small shelter at this back part instead. That's just to create enough room for the lines that are going to be there. I still want to keep my level crossing. It's not up here at the moment, but the entire layout is going to reduce, I think, by 1 plate. So it will fit up here eventually. And obviously I want to keep the signal box as well, and I think it's appropriate to keep that signal box next to the level crossing as well. Okay, so with a quick kind of update on what I've managed to move around so far. First thing is you can see the main line is now coming in along here, and it carries on through the station. Another line will pick up in front. The crossover would be in this corner here, but this wall gets in the way of me actually being able to put that in place, annoyingly. The offshoot from that main line brings us into the yard, and we now have that line that goes behind the station. And then there'll be another bit of an extension at the back here where the locomotive will be able to station itself and come back around to the front of the train if needs be. The Y switch feeds us to all of the various lanes. We now have 2 storage lanes for various rolling stock outside, and we have the lane which is taking us into the yard itself as well. Some of the platforms that I did have in the middle, I'm thinking that I can actually add some platform next to the yard here, so we can create a bit more kind of space for maybe like cattle loading, that kind of thing. And maybe we could put the pigs or the sheep that I've got up there, and they could be getting loaded into cattle trucks at that point as well. I still need to finish sorting out this kind of end of the layout. I've got loads of plates which need to be taken off of here, which will get redistributed to all of the various new locations for the switches, etc. And I've got plates here which have been stripped of the various switches and whatnot. These will need redoing, and they're just moving around to where they need to be based on this new layout. I do need to make a lot of these 16 by 32 plates with single track on, as well, as these will form the middle line that goes through the layout as well. So yeah, progress made, and we'll see what we can do next time I'm able to get 5 minutes to keep on trucking with it. So after a little bit more effort last night, I've managed to replate a lot of the tracks, strip off all of the stuff that isn't going to be included in the displays anymore. We've got the new station platform, I think we saw previously as well. I just now need to start all the tile work that needs to go under these switches, and some more of the ballast points that need to go on as well. I need to get a few more plates for over here. I've got a couple that I can still take stuff off of. I also need some of these thin 16 by 32 plates, so I need to get some more of those. I'm not using official Lego ones because they're extortionate. And the other big thing I need is I think it's a 2/16 straight, which is sold by Tricks Bricks, just to make sure that everything stays on grid. That does mean that this entire piece here is off grid, so I'm not going to be able to ballast it in the way that I would like to have, but you know, needs must. So that's just going to have some plates underneath it, and then I'll ballast just these parts here, and it should look reasonably good for the actual display. The disadvantage of only using a single plate underneath for ballasting, I guess. But yeah, there's good progress made. I've kind of just sat this here in place. I can't fit it in properly to hook the tracks up, but this is all done and good. The other station will kind of start here as well, and I know that that will come over to here, so I only need to do one more additional plate that will go there, and the other part for the crossing is there, so not too much left to do track wise. Also, I was thinking about I was saying about having a platform over here for the goods shed, but I realized that the door for the goods shed would actually end up intersecting the platform, so I don't think that's going to work out as how I want it to. So what I'll do is I'll add some little steps to take up to that door, and then I think just over in this area I'm going to have a large cattle dock instead, and that's where the sheep and the goats will be separated into maybe like two pens perhaps. So there'll be a ramp up to the dock, and then fencing around. I bought some brown fencing not that long ago as part of an order. So here I've got these brown fencings. I think that they may work quite well for that. I've also got these grey ones in there as well, so they will probably get used into that kind of build, but we shall see how that goes. Maybe that'll be an update for next time. Thanks for watching, and if you think you've got a good idea for what could appear on the layout, leave it in the comments below. For now, here's a little bit of shunting.